How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Donkey Kong 64 Expert Challenge. Today, we will be getting the Nintendo coin, getting the battle crowns we need to beat the game, and defeating Puftoss and Gloomy Galleon. To get the Nintendo coin, we have to beat the Donkey Kong arcade twice, once to get a golden banana, and then a second time to get the coin. Now there's nothing about this challenge that makes this part of the game any harder, but it was already kind of hard to begin with, so I'm going to go through it. The thing that makes this hard is you only have one life, but if you get up to 10,000 points, you'll get an extra life. So what we want to do on the first two stages of the game is maximize our points so that we have 10,000 by the time we get to the third. The best way to do that on this first stage is just to get to the top as fast as you can. You don't need to bother with the hammers, just finish it as fast as you can. For the second stage of the game, you want to grab all the bonus items that give you points, and you want to grab the hammer and hammer as many things as you can to get more points. Once you do that, you should have enough points for an extra life by the time you get to stage 3. If you're 300 points short by the time you get here, you can go up and grab that umbrella to give you 300 and put you at 10,000. Now if you've played the original Donkey Kong before, you know that 75M is the hardest stage of the game. And the reason for that is because of these stupid bouncing springs. Now the springs aren't really a problem until you get up to the top and have to very quickly run up the ladder and get to the princess. Another thing you will need to be careful of on this stage is the fireballs. You need to be patient with the fireballs and wait for them to get out of your way. So once you get to this point, wait until the moment the spring gets out of your way, and then make your move. So this last stage isn't too bad, you just have to go over all the yellow blocks. So now that we beat it once, we're going to have to beat it again to get the Nintendo coin, just as Squawk is telling us. So the second time is pretty much going to be the same as the first time, just a little bit harder on the stages. One nice thing about doing it the second time is you actually get more points for doing it, so it's going to be easier to get to 10,000 points and get that extra life. One thing I will point out about doing this first stage the second time through is that the barrels are much more likely to go down the ladders, so be on the lookout for that. So I'm going to skip ahead to this point because the rest of it's pretty much the same. I just wanted to point out that the springs are faster, so you're going to have to be even faster when you go up the ladder. And that's how you get the Nintendo coin. Now I'm going to show how to get the battle crowns. There are 10 battle crowns in the game, 1 in each level and 2 in DK Isles, and you have to get 4 of them to beat the game. To get the battle crowns, you have to step on pads that look like that and hit Z. Now, I don't consider getting battle crowns to be regular mini-games because you can take normal damage during them. Because of that, all of the challenge rules apply. If you take damage or kill an enemy, you'll have to restart. The game also won't let you use oranges, so your only option will be to run away. I'm just gonna speed this up a bit. So that was Jungle Japes. Now I'm going to show some of the other easy battle crowns to get in the game. The one in Angry Aztec I'm actually not going to end up getting because there's a golden banana you have to collect in order to get it, and I didn't collect that golden banana during the beginning time limit, so I'm just going to show where it is, and if you collect that golden banana, you can get it. So you have to shoot down this vulture and get the golden banana in order to lower the water level and get to the battle crown. As you can see, it's underwater, and the only way to get to it is to collect the golden banana. Now on to the one in Gloomy Galleon. This one's going to be really easy. You just have to run away from 4 Kremlings. And I'm just going to speed through this real fast. Now I'm going to show one of the ones in DK Isles. For this one, you want to go up K-Roll's ship heading towards Frantic Factory. Once we get here, we'll want to jump across these vines up ahead, and we'll want to go into this room. You see there's a rock on top of the pad, so I'll have to get Chunky to get rid of it. So there's a Kasplat with this one, and he will periodically create shockwaves. When he does, you'll need to jump over them, but be careful not to jump on top one of the enemies because you could accidentally kill them if you do that. This is actually easier if you use Tiny, because you can use your twirl to hover over the shockwaves. Alright, now for the one in Frantic Factory. For this one, I actually will use Tiny, and it will be another one with a Splat. So you pretty much do this one the same as the other one, but be aware with this one that with about 25 seconds left, a second Kremling will spawn at the back. Now I'm going to show how to beat Puftoss, the boss of Gloomy Galleon. Now, even though you can't collect golden bananas here, you'll still have to beat the boss, and you will need to collect 250 colored bananas in the level to get to the boss. So the way you beat this boss is you have to swim through a bunch of targets to zap Puftoss. And the way you beat the time limit is by knowing where all the targets are so you can swim through them as fast as possible. So pay attention to how I go to hit each of the targets. You'll notice I went straight to the right to hit the first target, and now I'm going to keep going to the right to hit the next 3 targets. After I hit this 4th target, I'm going to turn around to hit this 5th target. You need to be very careful when you turn around not to run back into a fireball because that can be very easy to do. For this first target, you want to keep going to the left just a little bit and then turn back around and go to the right, and the first target will be right next to Puftoss. You'll then want to hit the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th targets, which will also be next to Puftoss, before getting out of the way of the shockwave, then go back close to Puftoss to hit the 5th target. This first target is going to be to the right and towards the back, and the second one's going to be in the same location but close to Puftoss. You will then want to go to the left to get the next 2. The first one will be towards the back, and the second one will be close to Puftoss. For the 5th target, turn around and it'll be towards the back. For the first target, you will need to turn around, and after that, you will need to turn around after each target to go the other direction. The first 2 targets will be in about the same spot, as will the last 3 targets. So much like last time, you will also want to turn around after each target here. The 2nd and 3rd targets will be in the same area, as will the 4th and 5th. And with that, we are done with everything we will ever do in Gloomy Galleon. In the next video, I will be going through Fungi Forest, so be sure to come back for that. And remember kids, don't try this at home. I'm what you call an expert.